everyone, and welcome to my energy update and card of the month for the month of August 2022. I'm Antoinette Thompson, intuitive healer and author of Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle. And I'm with you again, and the month is gone. July has just gone really, really quickly, and time is speeding up. I'm with you again to give you the monthly update, the energy update, and also the card of the month. And I just want to ask you all, how was your July? And if you watched my video from July, I remember channeling through how chaotic it was going to be and how there was going to be big revelations and big emotions coming up. And well, it did not disappoint. I think for everyone can really say that they felt those emotions, the Cancer emotions, and also felt all the chaos. We had a lot of industrial action in Australia here. We had a lot of chaos coming up in the media, so on a very individual, I had a little bit of chaos coming up individually as well. A lot of emotions, a lot of old patterns, a lot of ancestral patterns coming up. And for me particularly, I had a little visit from my father, from Spirit, to remind me that it was time to clear a particular pattern around working and how you have to work hard. So it was interesting how the spirit of my dad came through also last month to remind me that I had chosen to come here to clear that pattern and the patterns of the ancestors and the generational trauma that we all carry. A lot of it came up during July. So it was a very, very heavy month, a very heavy energy, very dense energy, but at the same time, a very clearing energy. So really being pushed to step up and clear those ancestral patterns. And a lot of the chaos actually brought, it was almost like chaos was disguised as clarity, or clarity was disguised as chaos, because there was so much chaos, but from that chaos came so much clarity. And for me, it opened up a lot of doors. I'm now also, if you are in Sydney, Australia, I am also doing face-to-face sessions as well as on Zoom. So a lot of doors opened up for me with my cards, and also with working again out in the outside world face-to-face. So that was a very big challenge for me after 28 years of not being out in the matrix. So as such, so I stepped through those doors, and I'm now practicing in Penrith at Mysteries at Penrith, and also in my own space at Baulkham Hills. So if you would like a face-to-face session, please contact me. You'll find the details on my website with a list of services as well, www.antoinettethompson.com. So let's jump into the energies of August. And I like to, when I first tune in, I like to just tune in and then feel what words and listen to what words are coming up, what the underlying themes are for August. And some of the words that, the first word that came actually through, well, the first words that did come through was just be. And I think all of us that do all these energy updates have given up in some way of saying the energy is going to calm down, because we are living in intense transformational times, and honestly the energy is not going to be less intense. It's still going to be intense, and we are being more and more activated and trained, if you like, to deal with that intense energy and just be. So it's the just be, that's how I interpreted that message, to be, just be in whatever form, whatever that looks like, whatever that is. If you're in a good place, if you're in a bad place, you're never really in a good place or a bad place, because everything is for your highest good. So they're encouraging us to just be within the intensive energies. And if you have a day where you're very triggered or emotional, then just give yourself permission to be in that space and not fight it or resist it. We can work through things a lot quicker if we don't suppress it. So I feel like that's the message that came with just be. Some of the other words that came through were expansion and let go and let flow. And there was a very strong message of pulling back your power, taking back your power, stepping into your power, calling all the parts of yourself that perhaps you've given away to people or situations or trauma, and calling them back to yourself and pulling the wisdom from those experiences. Firing on all cylinders. Ease. Now, when they said ease, I thought, oh, great, the energies are going to calm down and it's not going to be crazy. But they said no. They said create your own ease. So create your own ease within the chaos, within the intensifying energies that will be with us still in August. So give yourself permission to go through it with ease, as much ease as possible. Exploring ourselves with all facets of ourselves with a childlike innocence, joy and purity. So the lion, the Leo, we're in the season of Leo now, and when I feel into Leo, I feel this majestic lion, this standing in his or her power, calling back all parts of herself or himself to be within that essence, but to be like a gentle giant. And lions can be very playful as well, so very much the two themes interacting together, in standing in your power but being a gentle giant, and being playful and innocent and connecting to that inner child, and looking at things like it was the first time you saw them, like with wide eyes, and being able to express in that joy and purity and be able to sit with that joy and purity. So that's what the Leo season is all about. And, it's about bravery and courage and stepping forward and stepping through. And as I say, stepping through, we've stepped through a new galactic new year, which actually started on 26th of July. So, and that's when the Lionsgate portal, the 8-8, actually opened up on the 26th of July, and 8-8 is where it hits its climax, which is known as the Lionsgate portal, which is an amazing portal full of high vibrational energy, light codes, and we are already in that portal. And the climax of that portal is the 8th of the 8th. And for me personally, I'm a Leo rising, so anyone that has a sun in Leo, moon in Leo, Leo rising will particularly feel more activated, perhaps more triggered during these times as well, but definitely more activated. There is so much bright, high vibrational, high frequency light codes coming down to earth through Sirius, through the sun and through Sirius, and this beautiful portal that we're in from the 26th of July, peaking at the 8th, and then probably towards the middle of August. It varies on different sites, but we're in this magical time of abundance and expansion and bravery and courage and finding the lion and the passion within ourselves. So very much a time of transformation, and very much also indicated by the number 8, which is the 8th month. August is the 8th month of the year, and 8 in numerology is all about personal power, sovereignty, abundance, prosperity, all of those expansion energies, coupled with August 2022 is a 5, which is all about change and transformation. So beautiful, beautiful times. We have that energy available to us if we wish to use it, and use it as a support and guide for us to step through. And I've stepped through so many opening doors in the last couple of weeks, and it's been scary. It's been scary at times and quite emotional, and also very triggering, but very triggering in a good way, to show me how far I've come and show me how much work and inner work I've actually done to get to this point. And now I'm being rewarded by these doors opening. So as I always say, there's always a purpose to our pain, and that's why my deck is called Pain to Purpose. So we're moving through a very, very high vibrational time, a very transformational time, and a very beautiful time of joy and purity, as long as we allow ourselves to feel it, as long as we connect to that inner lion within us and that inner child within us that gives us those beautiful qualities. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the card of the month now. So the card of the month, for those of you who have been watching me, you'll remember that I actually did a calendar on January 2022. I actually did a calendar reading, and I pulled out a card for each month. That was back in January 2022. And I talk about, and I go back to that and I look at the card of the month. And this month's card for August, this is from my deck, is Curiosity. I must admit, this is one of my favorite cards, and I loved when I was channeling for this card, the beautiful feelings and emotions and interpretations and messages that I was receiving when I channeled this card. So if you look at the card, it says Curiosity, and it says, as a child, my curiosity and play were restricted. And that was very much the case with me, because my play and my curiosity was restricted, and I just went into a pattern of acceptance and not questioning and not playing and shutting that part of me off. So that may be resonating for some of you. I wasn't allowed to make a mess, so I had to play outside and didn't really play with a lot of paints or colors or anything that was really, really messy. So it's interesting that this came up this month, coupled with the Leo energy, the energy of the lion, the energy of being a gentle giant, the energy of bravery and courage to explore your creativity. And so when you look at the image on this card, it actually portrays all of our senses, and it's asking us to ask questions. It's asking us to be curious. It's asking us to connect with our inner child. It's asking us to use all of our senses, but not only on a physical level, but also a psychic, more celestial level. So very much a feeling of gathering all the facets of ourselves, gathering all of our senses, using all our senses, being a bright, open-eyed child, looking at things for the very first time and being allowed to explore in that curiosity and ask questions and look for answers and be a seeker, to use all of your physical senses, taste, smell, feel, touch, eyes, hearing, looking, seeing, tasting, all of those physical senses, but then going deeper and developing also our psychic senses and activating our intuition and being able to receive the higher frequencies that are being offered to us during the Lionsgate portal. So for me, this card means taking the whole experience. So very much so the energy of this card and this month will be to take in all of the experience, to activate within us our very essence by allowing ourselves to create, allowing ourselves to feel, allowing ourselves to be curious, and also opening ourselves up to these high vibrations that are available to us. And if we're triggered, to just allow ourselves to be in that trigger, because the trigger is coming up because we need to clear it. And it was very much the situation with me and with everything that was going on July. Like, the energy was just in your face constantly, and there was just so much corruption, revelations, chaos. But after all that clears, you get all the clarity. And I think that was the main theme of July, that, look for the clarity in the chaos. And I think the main theme for August is look at life from a childlike innocence. Engage every single facet of yourself. Engage every single sense that you have, physical and celestial. And be in that bravery and courage and strength and that personal power But remember, personal power to me does not mean disempowering someone else. It means empowering yourself, but not by disempowering someone else. And that's very, very important. You know, we have different definitions of personal power, and that's what I always say. Personal power is gaining back all the parts of yourself that you have lost along the way or given away to something or someone. That is personal power. It's not ego. It's not being better than anyone else. It's not being arrogant. It's not being disempowering someone else. It's about being your very essence. That's what personal power to me is about. So I'm going to read you the final message that came through that I channeled when I tuned into this energy, and it's very, very visual that I got. I got a vision of a lotus flower, and the message that came through with that image for August. And I would like you to all reflect on this message and allow yourself to feel and just be, like those words that just came out at the beginning. Just be, whatever that looks like or whatever that feels like. The lotus flower is blooming with your true essence. As each petal opens, you spread peace, love, and light. Your heart is the inspiration. Your light is your strength that ripples to all. That beautiful image of the lotus flower opening up. With every petal you spread more love, peace, and light. With every petal you reveal more of your authentic self to the world. And with every petal you send all of that out as a ripple, not only to yourself, but to the collective as a whole. They are the energies that I tuned into for August. I hope this gives you a beautiful summary around what to expect in terms of energy and underlying themes during the next month. If, as always, if you need support and guidance, I'm here to help you, to support you, to guide you. Please look at the list of my services on my website, AntoinetteThompson.com. You'll be able to have a look there and see what services I offer, and it would be an absolute honor to support and guide you. And also, if you would like more information about my Oracle card deck, Pain to Purpose Healing Oracle, you can also find that information, and you can also purchase the deck through my website as well if you go into and click onto shop, and all the information and details will be in the description box below. I wish you all a beautiful August. I wish that you are all able to step into your lion and roar with so much love, bravery, and courage, but most of all with so much joy, love, purity, and light. I wish you all a beautiful August. Stay safe. God bless you all. Peace, love, and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye.